My friends, I got my Sam's Bead Box and it's Wendy's Safari, and that hits really hard for me, and I'm really happy about this box. I'm excited to dig into it. And I hope I do it justice for her, for Sam and all of the gang, but it means a lot. So here we go. Let's go through it. Let's go through it. Wendy loved Sam's box. Like, it was her favorite bead box subscription, no question. And it was just precious how she oohed and awed over it. It was just absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. So let's go through this, my friends. Let's go through this. So, Wendy's Safari. This month's box celebrates the life of Wendy Whitman as we mark 2 years since the passing of our bead-loving friend. I feel so lucky to have known Wendy. I remember always feeling so lifted after talking with her. I loved watching her YouTube videos with the bead box, where she would often ambitiously challenge herself to utilize every bead in the box. That is so true. Wendy's kindness and love of crafting were contagious. The beading community misses her dearly. Yes, we do. Shortly before her passing, we reached out to Wendy to see if she wanted to collaborate on a box. She was all in and shared her ideas. We were thankful to have received the blessing from Wendy's family to create a box in her honor. We'll let Wendy tell you about her box from here. Ooh. I really have a thing for giraffes. I don't know why, but I love them. Any giraffe, all giraffes. I'm thinking maybe a safari-themed box. Brown, white, picture jasper, wooden beads. I think turquoise would look really pretty with that theme and would add a splash of color to the earth tones. And a giraffe pendant. We hope the safari we created is what Wendy envisioned and continues to spread the joy she shared with us as we create. Sam. Ooh, you got me on this one, Sam. You got me on this one. Totally. Okay, so we have the amazing list on the back. And give me just a moment here and we will get into the box. Okay, this was a heavy box this month. I mean, heavy. So I'm really curious. So wrap once, wrap twice. Love it every time. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, look at the greens pop out too. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh boy, this is going to be amazing. Oh, this is going to be so amazing. I am wearing my Mookaite bracelet in honor of Wendy. Mookaite was one of her favorite gemstones, and so I wanted to wear that today. Oh my goodness, look at all of this. Oh, those giraffes are adorable, and look at the elephants. Oh, goosebumps. Oh my goodness. Oh my, this is gorgeous. Oh, this is... Okay, I did not expect this. This is incredible. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. You guys, okay. I gotta dig in. Let's go through this. Let's go. So let me start off by saying that besides the fact that this is a commemorative box in Wendy's honor, besides that, I have zero doubt that this is probably my favorite box I've ever had. It is incredible. Let's go through it. We're starting out with these beautiful picture jasper smooth puffed coins. These are 12 to 12.5 millimeter. There's an 8-piece strand, and they are beautiful. Look at these picture jasper. And I love too with this that we're getting that variety, right? So they all have kind of the same hue that go through them, but we have all of these different colors and that beautiful banding that goes through them. These are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful puffed coin beads. I love those. Great way to start this box. And then this mixed tiger eye smooth rounds, I don't know if I've seen any like this. So the red that's in here are heated. These are 8 to 8.5 millimeter. This is 7.5 inch strand. These are gorgeous. Look at these. So, oh, look at how the colors go through them. I mean, they are just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that guy. Is that not just incredible? The different hues that go through all of these are amazing. Look at these. Look at this guy. Oh, this is a happiness strand. I had to take a moment whenever I got to look at these. I took myself a little moment with them because these are, I think, the best tiger eye and my favorite tiger eye strand that I have ever had. Look at that. These are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Love them. Next, we have these Czech glass English cut topaz beads. These are 3.5 millimeter. We get 50 pieces in here. And tell me this does not go so well. Look at this with both, right? These are a perfect little spacer bead size. I love them. I love them. I love them. And that English cut when they're this small is just fun. Fun, fun. Beautiful, beautiful. Very, very good choice there. I love that strand. And these are so much fun. So much fun. So here we have howlite elephants. These are little white howlite elephants. These are 10 by 14.5 millimeters. We get 16 in this strand. Love this. I'm so sorry. We get 6 in this strand. I was, super excited about them. Look at them. Aren't they just so darling? So darling. They're just so stinking cute. I really, really like these little guys. Oh, they are so much fun. So much fun. And then, so good. Okay, we have howlite giraffes. Little white howlite giraffes. These are 20 millimeter. There's a 6-piece strand here. And look at how precious these are. Look how just light and adorable that coloring is through the speckles. Aren't they just so cute? Oh, they are just so cute. Ah, I really like these little guys. Really like these little guys. So fun, so fun. I love that coloring that goes through them so much. And these cherry leaves. Oh, so this is Czech glass cherry leaf giraffe mix. These are 5.5 by 10 millimeter, 25-piece strand. Look at these beauties. I love these. I love this mix. Oh, I love this mix. I love the speckling that goes through those. That's what I love so much about the little cherry leaves, is that little speckling that they have on them. Just beautiful, beautiful. And here, let's flip the side. Look at this side. Oh my goodness. Are these going to be so much fun or what? And look at all of them that we get. Oh, just totally stepping it up. Love, 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 love this box. Ah. And then we have some green African jade. These are little faceted rounds. These are 4 to 4.5 millimeters. There's 7-inch strand here, and the bling on these are awesome. Awesome. Look at those. Oh, that bling. See them? Yeah, yeah. This green is perfect. Perfect, perfect. I love me some little faceted gemstones. And these are stunners. Just stunners. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at my mat already. Right? I mean, I haven't even really dug in too much yet, and look at my mat. Super happy. And then we have Czech glass fire polished cushioned ovals. These are a green safari mix, 10 millimeter 12-piece strand, and it's all of the variety. You see all the different colors and shades of green through this. I love that about this strand there. That lets you see it a little bit better. I love this strand. I love the way the facets are on here. And so some of them you see here, it's almost like, I don't know if you can see that, it's almost like flat on the one side, like this one. Love these. So cool. Yeah, so it's flat on two sides. So this side and the other side's flat, and then it has that faceting on the other sides. These are really cool, really cool. I love that it's also a variety of those greens. It's going to really open up so much in design with this box, and I really like that size as well. So fun, love those. And next, this is incredible. This is a Czech glass custom bead strand in Safari Mix, 17-piece strand, and that's not including all of these adorable, beautiful little spacers here. But look at this. Look at this. These beautiful bicones that's here and the elongated bicones. Love these. Then we have those flat ones here. I love the mix of colors that's in this. I really, really do. So it's pulling the variety of greens, the variety of that topaz and orangey color. I love all these seed beads that's being included in here for us. This is a super cool strand. Super cool. Look at all those beads. Isn't that fun? I'm super excited about this strand. All the different shapes and sizes and cuts and just so much going on, and I love it. And then we come in with some fire polish rondelles. This is the Safari Mix. This is 6 by 8.5 millimeter, 20-piece strand. Look at these colors. Look, actually, I don't want my hand to be there. Look at these colors. Isn't that just so cool? So again, we're pulling in, you see here, look at this, right? So fun. So we have these earthy tones and these like natural colors and tones. And then we have these pops that come in here. And I'm just elated. So I'm telling you, in honor of Whitney, I'm going to do my best to use every bead in this box. I think I should. I think that would be great, and that would be so much fun. And yeah, you haven't seen the rest of this stuff. I think it's going to be easily done. Easily done. Look at that. Love it. And then look at these little spacer rondelles. So Czech glass spacer rondelles. This is a Flora Mix, 2 by 4 millimeter. We get 90 pieces in here. Look at this strand. So I love this because it has that lighter tone there, and then the green with the pop of the teal, the turquoise in the middle. So fun, right? So fun. We get all of these. We get so many of them. These are going to go a long way no matter what we're really utilizing from the box. These are cool. These are cool. They are helpful. And I really like these. You see this green? It's like half green, half teal. That's so cool. And I'm loving this muted tone. Love that muted tone, especially with these orange pops that we have through, to have that muted tone to kind of go through it. Love that. It's perfect. And I love little rondelles like this. And then we have some melon barrels. So this is greenstone Picasso bronze, okay? 8 by 14 millimeter. We get an 8-piece strand, and these are cool. Look at that speckling. Oh my goodness. I so love Picasso. I so love a Picasso wash because, you know, it settles into those crevices, but then it also just gives that kind of speckling all through it. These are beautiful, and I am in love with this color and the bronze that goes through it. So good. So good. Beautiful strand. And I don't know if I've shared with you guys or not. However, this is my favorite Czech glass flower. So out of all of the Czech glass flowers, this is my favorite one. This is a garland flower, turquoise cream Picasso. These are 10 millimeter, 10-piece strand. And I love the color combination that we have in this as well. So we have that beautiful turquoise with that wash over it. And then we have those awesome deep browns. So good. So good. And we get several of them. That makes me so happy. These colors go so well together, and I love these flowers, and they are perfect with the size. So good. So good. One of my favorites. One of my favorites right here. And then this next strand, which is actually the last strand, it's going to go perfect with this, you guys. Okay, so we have a Czech glass fire polish round in turquoise Picasso. This is 6 millimeter, 20-piece strand, and they are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at these. right. Oh, so good. So good. I love that these are 6mm. So you see all the different sizes that we have. You know, we have the different shapes and the sizes and the different cuts and the different waves and the different ways. So good. So good. Okay, so we still have quite a bit to go. So I'm going to scooch up some of this. Oh, so good. This is just so much fun. Sam, I'm telling you, you just keep blowing my mind. And this time you have certainly blown my mind. This box is awesome. So now we're going to go into the additional selections. So we have genuine turquoise here. This is a nugget soup of genuine turquoise. These are stabilized. It's a 21-gram bag. Okay, the tones will vary on them. But wow, wow, wow. Look at these. Ah, this is so cool. This makes me so happy. This makes me so happy. These are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that they're not chips. I love that they are these nuggets. And oh, look at all the different sizes. This is going to go a long way in design. Long way in design. And these are stellar. Just great. That's quite a few of them, guys. We get quite a bit of those. That is really cool. Look at all of them here, right? You see, and you see all those different sizes. Oh, I love it. 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 Oh, I'm so happy. And then we have a little elephant. Look at this little guy. Czech glass elephant in turquoise, 20 by 21mm. We get one piece, and it has that gold washing that goes through him. See those little crackles that go through? Is that not so cool? Just so cool. Yeah, he is really cool. I love that side with the crackling. How fun is that? And then this is just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Czech glass mosaic oval. This is dark topaz copper, 12 by 25mm, one piece here. And is that not just cool? Absolutely, absolutely stunning. That is so nice. So we have that drill that goes from top to bottom. Really nice. Really, really nice. That is beautiful. And look at it here with all these. Look at it up here with these tiger eye. Oh, right? Yeah, so good. And then we get a grape leaf. So this little topaz AB grape leaf, it is 18 by 21mm. We get one piece, and that is just a little stunner. So he's gonna go like that. So he has this little hole up here. So nice. So nice. I like that color. Look and see how it gives that pop through here. And I've never ever had this kind of gemstone. This is a green zebra jasper oval, and we get 3 pieces of them. Look at these beads, you guys. Look at these. I mean, when I look at them, they look 3D, right? And I love too that they're not all the same size. You see how one's just a little bit smaller than the others? Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love these. Oh my goodness, these are just so cool. I've never seen anything like this. I really, really haven't. I really haven't. And I'm super, super excited about these 3. Super excited. And I love that this guy's smaller than these 2. Oh, so good. Look at those. Do they not look 3D to you? I mean, look at the shine that goes through that. So the shine that's in there with that lighter color. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at my mat. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, here we go. Then we have some wood coins. These are really lightweight. These are going to be fun. These are dark brown, 15mm, and we get 12 of them. So, oh, the brilliance. Look how deep that color is. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's going to be super fun. Super fun. These are beautiful quality wood beads. I really like them. You see the little, the lines that go through them. Those are really fun. Those are really fun. Where do I want to put you guys? Let's come all the way down the side. You understand now why. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite box I've ever gotten. And that says so much because I'm telling you, these boxes just make me so happy anyways, but this is just so good. And look at these. Okay, Czech glass fire polished rounds. This is a giraffe mix. These are 6mm, 8.8 gram bag. Look at these guys. These are so cool. These are so cool. These are so cool. I love these. I so love these beads. Super cool. Really shiny and beautiful. I love those markings that's going through them. And I may be using those right out the gate. Those are just so good. So good. This, I know I'm just going to keep saying it. This month is nuts. This is so, so good. Oh, but just wait. Woohoo, it just hit me, goosies. Okay. Wait till you see this. Okay. This is brown banded agate. These are dyed barrel and tube beads. We get a 5-piece set, and these are stunning. Oh my gosh, I'm just so happy. I'm just, it just keeps hitting me. Oh, this is so, so good. So first, look at this. Seriously, you guys, look at this beautiful bead. Oh my goodness, this is so perfect. So perfect. And then look at these guys. I am just in awe. I am absolutely in awe this month. Oh. Good choice, Wendy. Good choice. Sam, you did this perfect. You did this perfect, Sam. This is an amazing box. Amazing. Okay. So Czech glass 2-hole waves. This is stone Picasso mix, 13 by 17 millimeters, 7 pieces, and these are so pretty. Look at the variation of colors. So this is pulling in that turquoise, that lighter color of that topaz, this deeper bronzy color, those green shades. These are so cool. These look really cool in design too. Just so cool in design. And I'm so glad that we get this mix, this variety of these, because it's going to open up a lot of options. And these are just so cool. So cool. I have only had these a couple times and I've never had this many of them, so I'm really, really excited to play with them. I really like those. Those are nice, 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 and fun. 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 And then looky here. Yep, we have giraffe charms. These are raw brass stamping for stamping charms. This is 20 by 40 millimeter. We get 2 of them. And aren't they just precious? Precious. So here's the back. Okay, so they are one-sided, but oh my goodness, precious. I really like these little guys. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Wendy would love these little guys so much. Oh, I cannot get over this box, you guys. This is just great. And last but not least, definitely not least, we have a tiara cast fern link. This is an antique brass plate link. It is 20 by 39 millimeter. We get 1 piece, and I love this. I love that brightness that pops through it. You see, so we have those dark areas and the bright areas, and it's tiara cast. I mean, you cannot go wrong with tiara cast. This is incredible. A very beautiful piece to include. So good. So, so good. My friends, we have a remarkable box this month. If you have never shopped at Sam's Bead Shop, if you've never received a Sam's Bead box, you should really go back, watch some of my other unboxings, watch some of those tutorials, watch them from others as well. They are just really hitting it out of the ballpark. I've always loved it, but man, they're really hitting it out of the ballpark. And this month's box, look at my mat. Just beautiful, beautiful. If If you've never shopped on Sam's site, if you've never gotten a box, use my code here. You get $5 off your first box. Okay? And stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and make something. I can't wait. I'm going to go ahead and make something, and I'll release it with this unboxing. And thank you, Sam. You did so well. Thank you. I'll be back, guys. So here we are. I am going to be making a necklace and a pair of earrings, and I'm kind of really proud of this set that I'm going to be making. I took my time with it. This box, what it represents, and what my plans are for it are really important. They're really important to me. So I took my time, and I hope you like what I'm doing today. I'm pretty excited about it. So I wanted to pull in this beautiful elephant here. I was torn because there was something else I wanted to do with one of the giraffes, but I'm saving that one because I kept looking at him and I was like, I just love you and I have to use you in my first project. And so we're going to be using this. We're using all of those beautiful wave beads except for one. The one that's more of a golden color, I'm not going to end up using. And I was originally, but I have something different going on for the focal. And so we're going to use all of these. I have a couple of those brown garland flowers. We're going to use some of this beautiful turquoise. We're pulling in that giraffe mix, these fire polished rounds. And then out of that mix strand, this is all of those lighter colored, like almost like a light coffee or light cream coffee or something color. We're going to use quite a few of them. Whatever is left when I'm done with this tutorial is all I have of those. Okay. In that mix also, many of them were green, and there was just a few of them that were this more teal color, and so I plucked each of those out. We're going to be pulling those in. We have some of these fire polish faceted rounds that we're going to be pulling in, and I'm using all of these picture jasper puff coins, all of them. So I brought out some chain, and this chain I've had, and it's beautiful, and I didn't have a whole lot of it, and I love it because it's like that wavy, kind of oval, and then there's that infinity in the middle. See that? Just so pretty. And so I've cut some pieces of this. I've cut some shorter pieces and 2 little bit longer pieces for what we're going to be doing. The only thing I'm pulling in from my stash is some bead caps. You know me. So I have my 3mm gold bead caps, my 3mm antique bronze bead caps because we're mixing some metals, and then these little spacers that I get from Hobby Lobby, and some of my little #1 gold crimps. And then these crimps are for my closures. We have some clamshell connectors, some oval jump rings. I am using, for our stringing wire, I'm using Soft Flex Fine in satin silver color. I have one little head pin that's this antique brass, it's ball head pin, and then this is a 5-inch piece of 24 gauge gold wire, and this is going to go in with the focal. So let's start with the focal components and then we'll move on. Okay, so with this cutesy little elephant, I want him hanging at the bottom, and the 2 longer pieces of this chain that I cut is going to be coming from him in a V to the center of our focal. So the way I want to do this is I just want to pop this on so his hole goes from top to bottom. Okay, I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to do just a little spacer bead, and actually I may want to do a crimp too. Yep, that's not going to fit. So I'll do a little crimp on here just to give a little pop of something something. And then I'm going to bead cap one of our little rondelle spacer beads, and I'm going to do that in gold. So let's pop him on. And then I think I want another one of those little crimp tubes for my spacer setting on top, so it kind of gives that gold bam 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 right on top of him. And you know what, actually I think I'm going to take out one of those. I think I want this rondelle right on top of him. When I looked at him, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to put that on top of him. So I'm going to put that on top, and then I will put that little spacer crimp tube. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That way it's just sitting on top of him. And so this is a pretty tough stuff ball head pin. So I'm just going to do a simple loop on it. And I want this, actually it doesn't matter because he's going to be turning, but I want to make sure it's tight. So I'm going to go right down on top of that. Let's get that trimmed off. Whoop. Then we'll just wrap that up. Let's give him a little more of a kick back there. Ooh, there we go. I always say I'm not going to use these ball head pins because they're pretty tough and they have a little bit of springiness to them, but I just love the tone of them and I go back to them, and then as soon as I go to use it I'm like, oh yeah, I was gonna. Okay, so we have this guy. Let's actually close him a little bit more. Okay, and I think I'm going to go ahead and connect my chain to this. So one thing about this chain is it can be just a tad bit finicky. And it's okay as long as I am smart about how I use it. So I just have to make sure in each of these instances that I'm using, and I'm kind of laying it out so that it's not twisted on itself. When it's not twisted on itself, it is just fine and dandy, a-okay. So I just need to be smart about that, or purposeful, I guess the word is for that. Okay, and so this guy's gonna go like this here in just a minute. So we're gonna set him aside. And here, let's bring out this. And what I'm wanting to do with this is on the first side of it, let me go ahead and keep these out. On the first side of it, I'm gonna start a wrapped loop. And I originally was thinking a 22 gauge wire just to make sure it doesn't like move around or it's not able to so much be bent out of shape, but I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that. It's gonna be pretty tight, and how it's gonna be sitting is, it'll be just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna give just a few wraps on this. So I am challenging myself for this box to use all of the beads and all of the things and see how many pieces I can make. And I am doing that in Wendy's memory because she always did that. Sam even said so, you know, in the beautiful Wendy's Safari information. But she was serious about it. She was serious about it, and she did it well. I mean, she was on point. Okay, so what I want to do here is the first thing I want to put on is I want to do one of these little spacers, and then I'm going to again bead cap one of these with gold. And then I'm just going to put a spacer underneath of that. And then right underneath this spacer, first, I am wanting this to be like this, and then I'm going to have the right angle going out here. Okay, so I want to make sure that it is right on there, just right on there, that I make that bend, and that I'm making the bend not parallel with my loop. Okay, so here's my loop, and I'm wanting my bend to go straight down and very purposeful so that this little bead doesn't want to do what it's doing right now, okay? And it won't once we get everything tight and on there. And then from here, this is just going to be fun. So from here, I'm going to come in with our elephant, and I want to make sure that this chain is laying how it naturally wants to lay. That's my first thing. Okay, so he's going to be here. And he's going to be here. You see how this little guy's kinked a little bit? And once I get them settled, they'll be fine. I just need to get them settled. Okay, so here's this. I don't want them to be all twisted on each other. And that looks pretty good. Nope, he's still twisted. Okay, so we'll see how he wants to go. There we go. So straight, straight, straight. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pick that up. And then on the other side of the chain, I'm going to pop on one of our little spacers. And then I'm going to be bringing in a few of these. Okay, so I think maybe only 3. I might use all 4. Okay, and some of these. And then I'm going to alternate the bead capping. So the bead caps that are going to go with these for this little series, I'm going to make in this antique bronze. And then for the pop, I'm going to put gold on these. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. And I'm going to pop on this one. And I'm not going to have any spacers between these. Okay, I'm going to put this one on, followed by one of the teal and the gold, and then back in with one of these. I'm just going to alternate these. And really throughout this whole piece, I'm going to be alternating and kind of going back and forth between the colors on these bead caps based on what pop I'm wanting to give. And I think it's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be really cool. You know me, I really, really, really like those pops that come through there, you know. Love those pops. And so this is what we're looking at. This is how it's going to be looking. And then I'm going to put a little spacer on here. Okay. And then I want to make sure he's laying the way he wants to lay. I'm going to pop on this other chain. So again, I'm just looking at this chain, making sure that it isn't twisted on itself. You know, that everyone is kind of snug as a bug in a rug in here and happy. Okay. There we go. That's the way it wants to go. So in this one, I'm going to bend it because it's important that I get this exactly the way I need to get it. And I can bend it back. It's just fine. But this is how it's going to be hanging. Okay, this will be nice and snug. And then now that we are here like this, I am going to make sure this is tight. Push you up a little bit. Make sure that we're all good here. And we are. And then I'm going to come in here and make that very tight bend. Okay, that way it's held like this. So good, so good. And then I'm just going to do what I did on the other side. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to pop me on a little spacer. And then I'm going to do a gold bead cap with that light color. And then just another spacer on top of it. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I want these guys to go the same direction. So I'm gonna make sure that I have him pushed all the way down. And just make that little wrap loop. Actually, the thing is, I could use my fingers, but I want to make sure it's nice and snug, and I don't need this much wire. So I'm going to trim some of this off just to make it easier for me in this process. He's good. That looks good. Come in here and trim him off real close. So let me make sure I don't have any little pokies. But easily. Okay. Make sure this guy's straight going this way. And even with this guy going this way. And here's what we're looking at. So cute, right? So we'll be incorporating this here in just a second. So now I'm going to pull out a double strand here. And this is going to be connected to it. And what I have cut here is, this is 10 inches, 2 pieces of that fine soft flex wire. Okay, and I'm going to move this over just a tad bit. And with this, I want to leave some room down here at this end. Okay, because I'm going to start from almost the end going this way, but not all the way to the end. Okay, so I need to make sure I have some left down here, maybe a little bit more, just to be safe. And then with these beautiful wavy guys, I'm wanting, let's see, so if these go in this way, and then on the other side, I do the same thing, but they're facing in towards these other guys. This is what I'm looking at, and I'm going to have some spacers in between. Those spacers are going to be these guys. Okay, then I'm going to also incorporate some of these. So, scooch this guy up here. So I'm going to start out with how I am kind of stopping the end of the strand. And so I'm going to start with 3 of these little spacers on each of the strands. And then on the end of each of these, so these are going to be down here at the end, on the end of each of these, I'm going to bring in one of these, but I'm alternating the bead caps. So with these bead caps, I'm going to start it out with, say, the top one being bronze. Okay, so I'm going to do bronze, bead cap that, and the bottom one's going to be gold. And I did this many different ways. And I did not think in all of my playing that this was the series that I was going to love. But oh, the pop it gives. It looks pretty cool. Okay, and then on this side, I'm going to pop on our first wave bead. Come here, baby. Nope, you're shaking everything. Okay, so first wave bead. Okay, so this is going to pop on like this. And then on this side of it, I'm going to do another spacer, but I'm going to alternate those. So the top one is going to be gold. And that bottom one's going to be bronze. So I started this recording, and all of the animals think it's then time to come in the bead room and play. Yeah. I'm gonna go with brown next. This beautiful brown color. Oh my gosh. The colors in this box, you guys. This box is incredible. Just incredible. Cute, right? So these are going in, and then I'm going to come back in, and we're going to do bronze on top. I am just absolutely in awe of this box, though. And I have so many things planned, and they all just feel so fun and feel so right, and beware, there's going to be a lot of tutorials this month for this box. And that's exciting. Okay. So then this is going to be the last one on this side. And so on this one, we will also still pop in with those spacers. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to essentially be doing the same thing that I did over here. And the way this is going to end up going whenever I tighten it, so whenever I bring this down and go to tighten it to where it's at its natural state, it's going to end up going kind of up, okay? It'll kind of wave up. So cute, right? Love it. So then I'm going to pop on those 3 spacers on each of these strands again, which helps bring it from, you know, those 2 strands down to a single strand. It's kind of that flow, if you will, for it. And it's just the right pop, I think. Okay. So now we're bringing this down to a single strand. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to bring in our elephant. I'm going to put both of these strands through this side. Okay, so they're going to be cinched up against there. And then I'm going to make sure these guys aren't crisscrossed. Come on, there you are. Okay, I don't want these guys to be crisscrossed. I'm going to pop on a crimp bead. One of our garland flowers. And another crimp bead. Okay, so here's what we're looking at from here. Now, in between this, I'm going to bring in a few of these. Let's see, I want to be purposeful with the sizes because it is the focal here, you know. And so, let's see. Yeah, that looks about right. And then I'll have that flat guy in the middle. Okay, so then here, I'm going to come in with my bronze. I'm going to bead cap this outside chip bead. On both of those strands. Okay, I'm going to put a spacer. I'm going to do the thinner one in the middle. Another spacer. do a bead cap at the end. And now I'm just going to do the same thing, okay? So I'm going to put on, actually, I'm not going to do those spacers in the middle. It's actually taking up more room. Let's do this instead of a spacer. Let's do a gold bead cap on the center one. I want to make sure I'm not overdoing it or overstretching that wire. Come on. There it goes. Okay, we'll pop on that thinner one. With this being thinner, I bet it will look really cute with that bead cap. Yeah, that'll be cute. Let's see if that gives me the space I'm looking for. Okay. Let's put a bead cap at the end. That's the bronze. Okay, and then we'll do a crimp tube spacer, a garland flower, crimp tube spacer, and then the other side of that focal. And it actually is still going to be too long. Okay. We're good, we're good. Man, I wanted those spacers. I really like those spacers. Okay, so hang tight here. Let's try this. And actually, let's not bead cap the end one then. But I might, we won't bead cap the end one. Just the center one. Let's see if that's what we're looking for. Oh. You went in there before. There we go. So I wanted the spacer because, see, there's this little gap that's in there because that's that chip bead, right? So let's do some thinner pieces. Let's go thin. That'll help us because I need that crimp tube on there. I need that spacing at least there. Sorry, I had to help one of the babies. Okay, so I really want this. Okay, I don't mind if I don't have bead caps on these necessarily. So maybe these thinner ones will help me out. Because my mock-up worked really well. I want that bead cap in the middle. Okay, let's just put the 3 on there and we'll see where we are. Maybe I can add the bead cap back. Okay, but I need that little crimp. And then let's bring in our other garland flower. And if I have a little spacing, I'm putting my bead caps back in the middle. Sorry, y'all. You're like, you're gonna do this focal 10 times. See? It's a little bit longer, so I can put that center bead cap in. I can do it now. It was all about the size of those chip beads. Just get that middle guy bead capped. That'll look good. That'll give me the spacing that I'm wanting, and also that little pop I'm looking for. All right. And then we'll put on our spacer. And luckily, the focal is going to take the longest. You know, the rest of it goes pretty darn quick. Little garland flower. Our other little spacer. Oh yeah, looky there. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm going to grab these. I'm going to pop them through this other loop. And there we have it, right? I just love it. I love it. I think it is beautiful. So here, let me bring this up. Right? I just think it's beautiful. It has all this character, I think. Okay, so let's bring back in some more spacers. So I'm just going to do that same thing. So I'm going to put 3 on each of these strands so that it goes back to widening for that double strand. Okay. Love it. And then on this side, essentially I'm going to do the same thing I did on this side. Okay, so it's going to be altered like this, but the same alteration. So I'm going to start over here with the gold on top. So gold, spacer, gold. And then our bronze. Come on. Then I come in here with this one. And with this side, I'm wanting these waves to face in, so they're going like towards each other. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm looking for. So last night, as I was trying to figure out this focal, I went ahead and I kind of just recorded a little bit of it. And when I recorded a little bit of it, I was like, you know what? I might just release that to members only as kind of a backstage kind of thing. And honestly, I think that would be pretty fun. And then, I mean, not that you really want to be in my head, but you can be a little bit in my head as I'm just simply thinking things through. And it doesn't mean I'm going to be talking this whole time, nothing like that, because when it comes to designing, of course I do talk to myself sometimes, but I'm more so just kind of the back and forth of what I'm looking for, what I'm looking to do. And so I think I'll do that. So you members only, whenever you see this tutorial come out, you will very soon thereafter be seeing kind of a behind the scenes little video from last night. Oh, and we have a new kitten in the house. So the kitten is Jasper's best friend and they are inseparable, and I kind of brought the kitten in because she was climbing my leg. She's a little rescue. She's a little 6-week-old. She's all white, and she has tan on the tip of her ears and tan on the tip of her nose, and then on her tail a little bit. She's just a precious little thing, and she needed a home. And, you know, we don't have enough animals in this house. I mean, you know, surely there's more that's needed. Oh. So there's another new animal. And she's darling, but boy, she likes to climb up legs. Woof! Okay, so I'm going to bring this to the side just a little bit, because as I go to tighten this for the actual closure to finish it up, you know, it actually is going to want to, if I take this off, whenever I go to cinch these, they both want to go up like this. So here, it's going to kind of go like this. So let me pull this one a little bit, kind of go like this. Fun. Okay, so then at the end of this one, doing the same thing. So I'm going to come in here with our bronze. Disc, bronze, gold, and then we'll just do those little 3 spacers to kind of bring it back to that one strand, to help bring it there, if you will. Now what I'm looking to do is whenever I'm done with this here, I'm going to bring in some closures. I'm going to go ahead and close it off, and then it's going to connect to the sides, okay? But as I'm doing this, I wanted to bring in some of these puff coins. And I think it's going to be a great way to end this and bring it to that single strand before our closure. And what I want to do in this whole design where these puff coins are is that's what I cut these to. And I've done this before, but it really, really spoke to me for this project. And it really pulls that chain through the rest of this necklace. And so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to bead cap this in gold. And actually, no, I'm not going to bead cap him because this is going to act as a bead cap. But what's important is, again, because of the way this chain is, once I pop this on, okay, and I pull it to the front, and I bead bug this side again because that's the right thing and the smart thing to do. Okay. Whenever I bring this in, come here, little fella. Okay, I want to make sure that these are not crossed, that this is flat down, okay? And then I'm just going to put on that puff coin. Okay, that way it stays flat. So when it's down here, you see how it's just flat right there, and it doesn't, you know, look out of place or forced or anything like that. But now I want to make sure that this is just laid out flat. So I want to make sure that that's going to be flat. That does look like it's going to be flat. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab a hold of him and I'm going to bring him up through. So this is what we're looking at for our ending on each side. Okay, and you see how it kind of flows through there? Isn't that beautiful? I think it's beautiful, just beautiful. And then up here, I'm going to go ahead and do one more of our spacers just to kind of pull in before we crimp that and do that clamshell. And I definitely want it to be gold to kind of go with that chain. And also because our clamshell connector is that antique bronze, and so this gold with that antique bronze clamshell offset is gonna be great. Okay, so let me come down here, let me take a peek at it, Make sure it's looking the way I want it to look. I just think that's gorgeous. I think it's gorgeous, and I think it's fun, and I think it has all of the pop that I'm looking for, and most of all, I think maybe it would make Wendy proud. I think she'd like it. I hope she'd like it. So yeah, okay, let's do this. My only question is, do I want to put one of these little spacers up here at the tip top? I don't think so, actually. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to pop on this clamshell. Bring in my crimp. Then we're going to cinch everything down, you know, more, but I'm still going to kind of push it down, right? I'm not going to bring this all the way to the tip because I have plenty of room on the other side, and it's going to be kind of hard to move all of this, you know, a distance anyways. Okay, so I'm going to put him in here, pull up, give it a good crimp. Okay, make sure he's crimped all the way down. Okay, and then let's trim this off. We'll close it up. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Oh, I'm happy. I like it a lot. And it's come a long way. There's been many renditions of this over the past 2 days, and I love this one. Love this one. Okay, so let's come down here. And what I'm wanting to first make sure of is that with gravity, everything is down where it needs to be. It is laying as naturally as it wants to lay. Okay, I don't want it to be stick straight. I don't want it to be super tight or anything like that, but I don't want there to be gaps, and I want it to be laying the way that it wants to lay, right? So then from here, I'm going to bring in my spacer with the bead caps. No, I'm not. I'm going to do my chain with my coin bead. So let's come here. Boy, sometimes it's tough when it's on this side for me. Okay. After all that, and then okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Down, down, down. Okay. So let's lay this out. When this comes down on top, I want to make sure it is flat. Okay, so I'm going to cut this again like I did the other one. And make sure that it is flat down like this. I'll pop on that coin bead. Let's bring him back around before I push it down too far. Let's make sure he's also not through the center. Come out of here, little guy. There we go. Oh. Okay. Okay, so this is all the way down. That is flat. And now I'm wanting to make sure that this is laying flat. It's not kinked up and twisted up. Let's look here. I'm looking at each of them flat, 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 flat. And then from here, I'm going to come down and grab that chain. And actually, let me do it this way. That way I know I have it the way I want it. There we go. I hope you're able to see that. Okay, so this way you see it's flat all the way up, so it's not kinked, it's just nice and easy and good. Okay, so I'm just going to put that little spacer back on top here, and then our focal is complete. So let's put on our clamshell connector. We'll go ahead and pop our crimp tube on, and then we'll do one last check to make sure we don't have too much spacing anywhere. I'll crimp him down. Okay. So also I'm wanting to make sure that he goes like this. You know, just like this side, so that they're not too kinked up. Okay, so we're good. Okay, and it doesn't have to have a bunch of movement, not this part of it, because it is going to stay like this. You know, it's just staying like that. Grabbing a hold of that crimp tube, making sure that this is straight, and I'm crimping it down. Make sure he's good and crimped, or good and over crimped like I like to do. I'll close this up. We have a little guy poking out here. On. Get him the other way. There we go. These little nail clippers are good for several things. This is definitely one of them because it gets right down in there. I mean, if I would have trimmed it off like I was supposed to, I wouldn't be doing this, but right now that's neither here nor there. We got to get it resolved. Okay, so here we are for our focal. So pretty. I'm so happy with this. This is so pretty, I think. I love this. Okay, so now let's set this aside, and the rest of the necklace is going to go pretty quick, but let's talk how we want to do that. So I have 3, and I have 3. And I pretty much know what I want to do. I'm missing one of these. I had 2. I know for a fact I had 2. Okay, I did have 2. I must have taken it off the bead mat with me. So these are cut to about 10 inches, okay, both of them. And I'm going to go ahead and get the end cinched up because I'm pretty sure I know what I want to do. So let's come in here. Let's get him cinched up. Bring that down. We will close him up really well. Okay, now 3 and 3. Okay, I'm going to have 3 of these with 3 little chains on them for each side. We're going to go ahead and make one side together. After we make one side together, I'll make the other side real quick and come back and we'll put it all together. That way we can save a little bit of time at least. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do is when this starts up here, I do want to go ahead and have one of my spacers, and I'm going to put gold on it. So we kind of end with one and then start with another one. But this time, they're both gold because we have that antique bronze in between. Okay, so that's why I wanted to do that. So from here, I'm going to pull in these beauties and these beauties, some more of these guys, I'm sure, these guys. It's going to be fun. So here's the way I'm wanting to do it. These are going to be capped with antique bronze. So I'm going to do one of them. We're not going to have any spacers in this little series, but I'm going to turn right around and use gold bead caps and do one of these beautiful fire polished turquoise beads. Then we'll just do another one of these giraffe beads. They really do look like giraffes. I love it. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to come in and we're going to do a spacer. And with the spacer, I'm going to do the gold. Because right after the spacer, or right after this disc here, I'm going to do one of our little spacers, and then I am going to come in with the antique bronze, and I'm going to do a series of 3 of our turquoise nuggets. And the middle one is going to have the gold bead cap. Let's see. Let's do this guy. Okay, so that antique bronze is on the outside. The inside one is the gold, so it gives that little pop. And then we'll pop on the other side and do that antique bronze. Now directly from here, because I'm not going to do another one of these spacers, so here's where we are so far. Isn't that pop so cool? Love it. I'm going to come in here and grab one of our pieces of chain. And when this chain comes in here, I'm going to make sure that it is flat. Okay, looks flat, looks good. I want to pop on one of our coin beads. Make sure this is laid out, right, so that it's not all twisted up. It's the important part. It's probably easiest to just do this. There we go. You see that? I'm going to come in here and grab this and bring him through. Okay. So pretty. Then we'll come right back in with that turquoise. So we're going to bead cap. Do the outside one. We'll do a gold bead cap on the inside one. Let's do this guy. Then we'll come back in with an outside one, and we'll put that antique bronze on it. Okay, so here's this little series now, so far. Okay, now all we're doing is this again. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, grab one of these guys. Make sure he's flat, and he is. Pop on one of our coins. Make sure everyone's still lined up the way they need to be. Come back through. So now I have this one. Then we're just going to jump back in. Not a very difficult series we have going on here, but I think it's going to be just beautiful. Gold in that center. And I'm going to need to get out some more gold bead caps. And then do do a little bit of a chunkier one here. Not antique bronze. Okay, so we have this 3 series. We start here and then we have these, and then I'm going to do just one more coin and one of these. So since we're doing one more coin, I'm going to grab my chain, and it's on this side this time, and that's all right. Actually, no, it's easier if it's on the other side for me. Okay, make sure that he's nice and flat. Pop on our 3rd coin. He's still good and flat. Pop that on. And I don't think we're going to actually use chain like at the end of the necklace. I think I'm just going to bead all the way up. I'm just going to take it all the way up, and we'll measure it, and if it's not long enough and we need just a little bit of chain, all right. But I know that I can't use more beads than what I have out because I have plans. I have plans, and I have plans for all of the beads, especially like these ones here. I need a specific number for another project, so I cannot use any more of those than what is going to be in this necklace. Let's see. Let's go with this guy. And then pop him on. Now, since we are at the end of this series now, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to pop on a spacer here, and I'm going to bead cap one of our little discs in gold. Okay. And then from here, I'm just going to be repeating the series. Super simple, right? So let's come in here with that bronze, giraffe bead, bronze. Let's come right back in and grab a gold with one of our turquoise colored, and then another bronze. And then here for this ending, what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to do 2 of these, right? Instead of adding another one of our little discs, I'm going to do 3 of these, okay, in between those, and that's going to end us out. So I'll do, from here, I'm going to go in, make sure I'm good. Okay, yep, I'm good. So I'm going to do this antique bronze, and I'm going to do that bead cap and do those 3. Ooh. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, sorry guys, I do want one of those little spacers. I think it'll look good. So let's alter it a little bit. So cute. Okay, and then I'm going to do spacer, and then come right back in here and just do that last little series. This will be the last of it. get some more of these guys out too. Oh, I just threw that bead cap. Oh, whoa, I need to find my reserve. Okay, so let me bead cap the top of that. And then here, yeah, I'll do that spacer. And this will be the gold pop at the top. And then we have our bronze closure. Okay, so this is what we're going to be looking at. So hold on, let me bring this over so you can get a visual. And then after I give this visual, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other strand. I'm going to close off this strand, and then we'll come back together and finish out this necklace. We'll get it all connected. Okay, but this is what I'm looking at. Oh, I think it'll be beautiful. I think it'll be just beautiful. Okay. All right, I'm going to close this off. I'm going to do that other strand, and then we'll come right back here and we'll finish it out, okay? Okay, so this is what we are looking at for our necklace. And we're just going to now put it together. So, super simple, put together, and this is kind of a fun toggle that I wanted to use for this. And it pulls kind of that gold through it as well, right? I did want to use oval jump rings for this because it is two clamshells connected together, and that kind of ensures that they both settle in on the thinner parts and kind of keep the movement. So I'm just going to pop these together. Let's make sure for the way it wants to lay. Okay. Side, pop this one on. Okay, so now let's bring this to the side. Let's go ahead and measure this and see kind of where we are. So when it lays, it's going to be a little more out like this, you know? So cute. But what we're looking at is total. So 12, so this is about 22 inches total. 24 inches total. So not too bad considering majority of it's this, so it's going to be hanging kind of where I'm wanting it. Let me verify real quick. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm really happy, sorry. Okay, so let's do this, and then we will put together a pair of earrings. And actually we're going to do one earring because I've already done the other one. And the thing with the earrings is I didn't want them to be too matchy-matchy, but I wanted them to go with this and potentially go with some other things that we're going to be making. So that was my thought process. That's what I was looking for. And let's see. Yeah, I want this on this side. And then we will have our first of many items done for the very, very special box, Wendy Safari. Very special to me. Okay. And just like this, the necklace is done. And the way this works here is this is just open here like this, and this just pops through there, and then you just close it until you hear it click. So let's set this aside here. Just beautiful, 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 beautiful piece. I'm loving this. Loving it. Okay, earrings. Let's move forward, Amy, move forward. Okay, so I have one earring done, and this is what I'm looking for. So I have up here at the top one of our tiger eye, and then this I pulled in from my stash because all the rest of these beads I have plans for. So I needed to pull this in. And then I used one of these. The only other thing I pulled in, these beads here, these turquoise ones, are from the Seashore Stroll, the Stroll and Seashore box. So I took those out, and then I put a couple of these little cubes that I have in my stash. So, and I have them just dangling over one of the little howlite elephants, and just easy but pretty, I think kind of elegant. I like it, I like it, I like it. So for our elephant, let's go ahead and get him wrapped up, and or partially wrapped up. Okay, so we have our elephant here. I'm just going to pop one of these on, and I believe I want a little crimp tube for the spacer on top to kind of match the ball that's at the bottom. Okay, and so we'll come in here, make sure that he's down there good, and we will start this wrapped loop, and then we'll connect it with what I'm going to be making next. Okay, so we'll leave him just like that. Now on this piece, we're going to make this part here. So I'm going to make a wrapped loop at the bottom. Okay. Oh, he's turning. Okay, so we'll cinch this down. Oh, he just wants to turn on me. How about that? There we go. We'll straighten him back out. And then let's go ahead and pop on our elephant to the bottom. Okay, so we'll get him connected. Okay, then we'll just give him a few wraps. Bring him in a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. Clip him off for a while. Hold on. I have everything wanting to spin all at once and all in different angles. All right. Cinch him down real quick. Okay. So he's going to be hanging like this. And then we need to bring in our dangles. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those on. So at the bottom, and this isn't going to be, you know, too awful much going on. At the bottom, I am wanting one of these, and just that popped right on top. Super simple, easy peasy, but it'll give a good little statement. Get that wrap loop, and we'll get that connected. Okay, so let's open that up a little bit. And this is going to go on the same loop that the elephant went on. Okay. I'll give a few wraps on this one. sure you only have what you're wanting to trim. He looks really good. Okay, so now whenever we go to put the other one on, we want to be mindful because we want it to be, so you see that this one is on one side of the elephant. We want to make sure the other one's on this other side. That way they dangle properly and they look even. One to be on the other side. Come on. There we go. All right. Close them up. Of him. Okay. We'll wrap him up. So here is our little elephant. So cute. Okay, and so for this one, let's bring this over to the side. So I'm wanting for this, I want it to be bead capped with gold. We'll pop him on. Okay. And then for our center guy, we'll do that bronze. And come right back in here with that gold and our tiger eye. And the tiger eye that I had selected is more of that red tone for both of these. Simple as that. So I'm wanting, let's see how I want these to go. Yeah, I want this one to be flat here. Okay. And then this one up here, I want to go the same direction. So I'm going to come over to the side, make sure he's tight, make sure I'm in line. Just make a little wrap loop. Oh, I'm not seeing it. It's a little long anyways. Okay. Cinch him down. Oh boy. As soon as I see him, he goes away. There we go. Very good. Okay. Then we'll just pop this on. The thin part is our front part. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and cinch this a little bit because I want this pair of earrings, this earring finding to stay with the set of earrings. So I'm going to go ahead and pinch it down, and here we are. So here we are with the first set. First set from a very beautiful, perfect, meaningful Wendy Safari box. My friends, I'm so glad you're here with me today. Stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot going on with this one, and you know, I didn't talk an awful lot during this tutorial because I was afraid I was going to be emotional, and I didn't want to do that. So, thank you. I love this box. I love everything about it, and I can't wait to show you the rest of the stuff. So until we meet back here at this bead mat, my friends, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.